Hello ladies, gentlemen, and others. My name is Dan, the voice behind that Kaito Dan, and this Friday was indeed the day that we have waited for, as us RWBY fans finally got the big update that we have been eagerly awaiting regarding the series' future, and most importantly, who now owns it. After our last update came during the RWBY's final livestream before Rooster Teeth's closure stated that discussions were progressing well to the point that we would have an update on RWBY's new home in the coming weeks, recently the official RWBY Twitter account posted for the first time since its temporary break to tease that that update was finally coming soon. Intriguingly, just as the massive anime, manga, and gaming convention, Anime Expo, was about to start that weekend, with another post confirming that that event was indeed central to this information drop. And then, Friday, the 11th anniversary of the first episode's initial premiere, showed off the account posting this video.
Hey everybody, my name's Carrie Shawcross.
I'm Barbara Dunkelman.
And we have some exciting news for you today. I know a lot of you have been wondering what's going to happen with RWBY, and we finally have an answer. RWBY has found a new home with Viz Media.
Woo! I'm very excited.
Me too.
Obviously, and I know you guys will all be very excited. What this means is Viz Media will be the home to the RWBY franchise. So that includes production, distribution, licensing, consumer products, and more.
As you can tell, we're very excited about this. This is a huge opportunity to grow our audience and expand into the future. In talking with Viz, they're also very excited about this. They obviously care about where the show is now, but they also care about where it came from, and they want to make sure that we can continue this story.
We are currently in talks with them about RWBY's future, and we are very hopeful for what's to come for this beloved series. So excited to work with Viz Media and to see what's next for RWBY.
For more information on this and all things RWBY going forward, you can go to Viz's official blog post at viz.com/RWBY. That's the RWBY one, not the RUBY one.
You guys should know that by now.
Yeah.
Viz will be posting more information on all things RWBY, so stay tuned for updates.
And thank you so much for supporting us over the years. It's what's gotten us here, and it's what's going to continue to propel RWBY in the future. So thank you all so much, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
So there you have it. RWBY is now owned by Viz Media, the California-based entertainment company known for publishing, distributing, and licensing many anime and manga over the years, including the likes of Dragon Ball, Fullmetal Alchemist, My Hero Academia, Rama, I am so excited for that remake, and even Pokemon. Viz Media will be the new home for the series moving forward across all the above areas of release, consumer products, and more, though this is not the first time that RWBY and Viz have worked together. In 2016, they partnered with Rooster Teeth to publish a manga done by Shiro Miwa, and from there more content was released, like an additional manga series from Bunta Kinami, the beloved manga anthology collection, and the compendium book The World of RWBY. This is one of the big reasons why I, personally, am very glad that Viz ended up getting the series. They've already had a good history with the World of RWBY, they've had prior communication with key members of the RWBY, like Kerry, and with their strong position in the anime world, both East and West, hopefully this will help the series not just stay alive, but continue to grow in its wide international audience and the potential that is still there to be found in future RWBY content. And on that note, the big questions following this are, what can we expect to see as a result of this new ownership? When can we see it? And of course, has Volume 10 finally been greenlit? And to that, we look to the FAQ section of the blog post that Kerry mentioned for some answers. In regards to what Viz have planned, they are exploring the production of new chapters in the RWBY saga, and they will make an announcement as soon as they can. However, there is currently no news yet on a new season of RWBY, which is to be expected. All necessary contract work and all the other important business side of this process of switching the IP from Warner Bros. To Viz has surely only just been finalized very recently, so it's far too early to make any major new project announcements right now, when discussions on said projects will likely have either not happened just yet or have only just begun. Foundations must be laid before anything can be built upon it, so I totally get why nothing new, much less Volume 10, has been announced until a later date. Keep in mind though, we have known for a while that Carrie, Eddie, and the others have been etching out Volume 10 plans as much as they can in terms of what they want to cover, certain story beats, and so on, but in terms of anything more substantial, this is where we are at this stage. And until that time comes when we do hear a new announcement or Volume 10 news, we will have to wait for any posts made on the official RWBY Twitter account, as well as the Facebook account and the RWBY Japan Twitter account, which Viz did say will remain as they are and will be the best source of news of any kind. So if you haven't followed these pages, I suggest you do so soon. The blog continues with the question, will Viz use former production team members in the future, which they answer with Kerry Shawcross, series showrunner and co-creator, will be involved in the next phase of RWBY. And this is a good comfort to know that at least one member so far of the original core nucleus of RWBY's direction and narrative will be part of the creative inner workings for the franchise moving forward, though to what level of involvement exactly remains to be seen. We also don't know about any other returning crewbie members as of right now, and while obviously I get that not every crewbie member top to bottom will return for one reason or another, I would like there to be as many key people as possible making a return to make sure that there is still that strong, familiar understanding of the series' insides and outs to work alongside what the new faces from within Viz can bring to the table. Though on a side note regarding returning names, the announcement of this acquisition did lead to Jesse James Grayley, the voice of Tyrion Kalos in the show, to comment their excitement and share their hope that they could return to play the role, after having previously chosen to step away following the recent controversy at Rooster Teeth stemming from former employee Kaden Jensen's unfortunately poor treatment. I for one would love to see Jesse return as the Crazed Scorpion, as their incredible voice acting has been such a massive part of the character that makes them so entertaining to watch. And naturally, this would also stem to all of the original voices of the show in whatever does come next. I would love to see them make a return, be it the main series or other media. Returning to the FAQ, 2 questions related to distribution, asking where will RWBY Volumes 1 to 9 be available to watch, and will the original soundtrack be available to stream or buy. This follows on from the core series, excluding Ice Queendom, recently being removed from Crunchyroll and other streaming platforms, alongside the OSTs also being taken down from all music streaming platforms. It's safe to assume that this was probably due to the IP transition, as well as prior contracts running out with no more Rooster Teeth there to renew it. But the blog, as well as Casey Lee Williams, have stressed that they will both hopefully return to streaming soon, and home video releases of the main series distributed by Viz themselves are also being explored. Then we got confirmation that Viz has plans in store regarding future RWBY merch, so prep your wallets in advance for some more additions to your collections, and hopefully this is another aspect of the series that can improve and flourish under the Viz umbrella. And finally, if you somehow still don't know, there was a reminder that all Rooster Teeth subscriptions by now have been cancelled and refunded, though if you have any questions or concerns about this, there is a link to follow in the blog, so do check that out. But we're not done yet, cause along with this post came a very exciting to look at, amazing art piece done by the wonderful Aaron Wynn, the former art director of the series, that teases the future with a glimpse of our female leads in a red-bathed rocky outcrop, likely in Vacuo's desert, and they are rocking, pun intended, some new looks. Though most of it has the girls in shade, likely due to the final designs not being made just yet, but still, let's zone in on what details we can make out. RWBY seems like she's kept pretty much as she was, though it is hard to know if she has still got her grey top on or if she's ditched it to go sleeveless. And she may have grown her hair out as well at the back, but it could also just be the way this angle is for her back. Moving down the ladder though, the Ice Queen Weiss has thankfully seemed to ditch her thick battle dress that was okay for the Elysian cold, but she's traded it now for something a bit lighter and breathable, with an outfit that kind of echoes her first design quite strongly. Though with how literally Snow White Weiss is, I hope she can find some sunscreen, cause she's gonna be scorched to hell and back with her shoulders out all the time. At least she's back to the traditional ponytail though. I much prefer that personally over her braided style from Atlas. Then we jump over to Blake, who has a lot of her look shrouded in shadows, but the white coat that she had for Atlas looks to have vanished for something shorter over another bodysuit it seems, though I can't be 100% on that. A detail I do like though is the addition of 2 piercings on her left ear, mirroring that of her mum Kali. Very nice. My personal favourite though of these tease looks, shocker, is the girl that I think is most likely to fit right in with the Sandy Kingdom's rugged environment, as Yang looks like a proper desert badass, sans any bomber jacket, with her buff arms out all in full view, minus some new loose sleeves. And yes, the fabled Yang ponytail, last seen in I believe Volume 4, has returned. It should be stressed as well that these are just teases of sorts, and there's every likelihood that some details for these designs could change in the future. But it is still great that we have at least some insight as to how Team RWBY could look in Vacuo, and I'm sure the fan art that this will create will feed us all well until we see the full versions. Good thing too, cause it is still very important to keep in mind this is very early days in this new era of RWBY. While the acquisition is great news to finally have, beyond the return of older content to streaming platforms, merchandise, and maybe some possible collabs, we should expect no major new material from within Viz themselves for at least a year, while those behind the scenes figure things out. We don't know what will come next because, in many ways, the new RWBY team don't know themselves. We don't even know if the core series will remain a 3D animation. It could switch to 2D or become a manga or a game. The gears in the machine have only just started spinning again. Thus, we must wait as Kerry, Viz, and others go through all the pre-production, outsourced discussions, contracting, and so on, before the ball can start rolling on stuff like a Volume 10, a new side project, and more. We can of course speculate on what we would like to see come next. Like for me, I would love more manga that leans more into canon like the Myers books, which I also would like to see continue, but that is a wait and see deal going on there. We've shown patience before, and yes, it's a tiresome ordeal. But for us to get the best quality content possible, and for RWBY to truly make the most of this new chapter in its decade-long legacy, we have to trust in those doing their part to give us new content to enjoy, and give them the respect of considerate patience as we all take that next step forward. But regardless, I'm still very much over the moon with this update. It's great to finally see some light at the end of the tunnel, even if much of the road ahead is still far in the distance. And this is all thanks to the hard work of those behind the scenes, not just us fans clamoring for some more information. That has been a big part of the ordeal, yes, but we also gotta give some love to the likes of Kerry and the others doing their absolute best to push through the mire of such trying times for them personally and professionally, or to keep RWBY's head up so it can survive. And so to them, and to of course Viz, I offer my deepest thanks. Be sure to follow the official social pages for RWBY and check out the blog and announcement video yourselves for the clearest read of all this news. I'll be back doing regular RWBY content in the near future. I promise. There's been a lot of delays on that front, I know. But also just look forward to any more from me, and I will of course be here to drop any more videos regarding RWBY breaking news that I will also post over on my social pages as well, so check out the links to that in the description down below. For now though, let me know how you feel about this massive chapter in the RWBY legacy via your comments down below, and while you're there, hit the subscribe button and the bell button to make sure you get every video from me as they drop, and until next time, have a good day or good night. Peace out.